Hey students, I'm going to show you how to use Adobe Spark Page to compile and submit your assessment. Now the advantage to this is that you're not wrangling with Microsoft Word documents. You can actually do it all from within your phone or tablet. You can see here I've got 3 different Adobe Spark applications. Now we probably will use all 3 of these at some point, but for now we're just going to have a look at Adobe Spark Page, which is this first icon that you can see here. And you'll soon see that Spark Page is really good for those assessments where you need to show images of your practical work with a few supporting notes, and you can add all of that from your smartphone or tablet. Now you'll need to sign in with your Adobe ID that you'll have through CIT, and then once you're started you can open up Spark Page, and you'll notice the plus button on all of these Spark applications is your prompt to do something. There's always these little plus icons everywhere. So here's our blank document, and I'm going to add a title in here. Let's say this is my printmaking folio, and I'm going to use that first plus button to add an image for my title page just through my photos on my phone. There it is. Now we can scroll down and start putting in our images and notes for our assessment. So the first one, I'll just type in, it's my exercise 1 for my screen printing class. I can use those options along the top of the keyboard there to change the heading or the font, or make bullet points as well. So you see the little paragraph button there. I've clicked that to make it in different types of headings or a quote. And I think for this one I'll go with heading number 1. And underneath that I'll be able to press the plus button again, navigate to my recent photos and put in today's exercise, and I'll choose this stencil image here and press add one up the top, and there it is. I can add a caption if I want as well, and then go forward and add my next part of the assessment. So let's look at some of the other options that come up from this plus button. I'm going to now, for the next part, look at a split layout, which is really good if you want to show an image with lots of text next to it. So here you can see I've had the 2 sections. I can add my image, which I just navigate to again through my recent photos, add that image, and then underneath it with the next plus button, I can add text here. And this is where you've got a little bit more space that's going to be right next to that image to extrapolate a little bit more. Cool. So the next one we're going to try is a photo grid. So this is where you might have several different photos that you want to show together. Maybe it's a series of variations on a theme, or a bit of a process through a work. So I'm going to choose these 3 images here that are 2 different stencils that I've cut out and the actual print from those stencils. So I can group them together, and you can have heaps and heaps of images in one of these photo grids as well. You can also click on them independently and they'll open up so you can see the bigger version as well. So throughout the subject you can just keep adding in each exercise as you go through. I'm going to add another heading in here for the next step, and we can add in the next exercise that we're going to do in the class. It's going to save as you go, so you can just keep adding each week and then submit it at the end once it's finished. The last one we'll look at is the glide show, and this is where you might be explaining a creative process or a bit more of a journey. I'm going to choose a few images here that I can use as backgrounds to some text and some other images, and you can see it loads these up as full screen images, and then I can add some text or photos that are going to float over those background images. So I can just keep adding some text and images or links over these background images to show the journey through this particular project. Cool, and now we can head back up to the top and preview by pressing the preview icon to see what it looks like all together. And it will show us a web page version of this, and we can slide through and you'll be able to see each section, each exercise, all in a nice cohesive web page. Okay, so to submit to eLearn, we can go back up to the top, click the share icon. This will bring up this Share Your Spark page, And basically, it will just give you a link that you can post on your eLearn submission box or to the eLearn forum. Down the bottom, there's the Get Noticed switch, which you can put on private if you just want to create an unlisted link so that only the people you send it to will see it. And then there's the link. It'll copy to your clipboard and paste it into eLearn. So one last thing that we do need you to do is to save a PDF copy of your submission. Now, depending on what device you're using, you might have to jump onto a desktop computer to do this very last step, but this helps us keep an actual record of it in case you decide to change your link or close your Adobe account later on. So to do this, we just go to our share icon and click on print. Now that will take you to the print screen, and under destination you can choose save as PDF. It will save it to the computer and you can just put that on eLearn, which gives us a great record of your work. So have a play around with Spark Page, and it should be a fun and easy way of compiling your assessment.